Now here's meteorologist Pete Mangione with your live Pinpoint Doppler 12 Futurecast.
And of course, snow will be an issue with this nor'easter, but wind will also be an issue. In fact, let's check out those wind gusts right now, and you can see very strong. Look at Nantucket, 52 miles an hour. Had a gust there of 60 earlier. We're 40 gusting on Block Island, 36 Providence, 37 in Newport. And here's the problem with these winds. These are going to go for at least the next 24 hours, so all night into tomorrow morning. So some power outages possible, especially along the shore. Now inland, it will still be windy, gusts between 30 and 40 miles an hour tonight through tomorrow, just not quite as windy as the shore. And of course, we're going to have some terrible coastal flooding issues, not necessarily for our shores here in Rhode Island, but the eastern Massachusetts shoreline down through the Cape will just be battered by high tide after high tide, so not a good situation out in that part of New England. Now on live Pinpoint Doppler 12, notice the difference in the snow rates. We have the darker blue out here in northern Bristol County, Massachusetts, representing some of the steadier snow. In Providence, it's coming down steady, but really hasn't stuck all that much. We have generally reports of coating to a couple of inches of snow. And across western Rhode Island, we actually had some sunshine earlier. Right now, not a lot going on with the snow. This moisture is pushing from east to west, so eventually some of this will fill in. But as far as the daylight hours go, I'm not expecting a whole lot to accumulate. Again, here in Smithfield, where temperatures are at or below freezing, could see an inch or two pile up. But other than that, notice how the rest of our temperatures are above freezing. Providence, 34, Westerly, 39, 36, Newport. So even if the flakes are big, they're going to have a hard time sticking to the pavement and the streets, especially considering it's March. The sun angle, even though there's not a whole lot of sunshine right now, it's strong enough to really keep a whole lot of this from sticking for the daylight hours. Things will change overnight. So we have the big snowflakes and ice chunks on the city camp. Temperature is 34 degrees. Those winds are strong out of the northwest at 26 miles an hour. Winter storm warning for Providence County, northern Bristol County, Massachusetts, all the way down through southern Bristol County, Massachusetts. And this region, which has the highest risk of seeing the most snow, winter weather advisory for South County, not as much expected in this region. So you can see on the satellite picture this big spin in the atmosphere. We didn't get the center of the storm that really hit the mid-Atlantic pretty hard, but we are getting the outer edge, and another wave of energy pushes in from the northwest tonight. That's why we're going to kind of get the second burst of snow overnight. In fact, we can track that going hour by hour. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, notice the snow is still coming down, especially here in eastern Massachusetts. Could mix with some rain or sleet across the shore. By 8 o'clock, yeah, snow possible. At this point, I believe it starts to stick a little bit easier, and then we get the snow and the sleet overnight. And this will be when the bulk of our snow accumulations are realized. So, you know, tomorrow morning's commute, probably not a good one. 6 o'clock in the morning, especially not good here for Bristol County, Massachusetts, Providence, and points to the east. Out in western Rhode Island, it looks like this moisture may have a hard time really reaching all the way to the Rhode Island-Connecticut border, or at least the heavy moisture is going to have a hard time. So I will reflect that in 1 second coming up in my grand finale. Of course, that's the snow accumulation graphic. You can see tomorrow afternoon, still some snow falling down. At this point, I believe it changes over to kind of a snow-sleet mix. So most of the accumulation should be over with by late tomorrow morning through early tomorrow afternoon. So this is really what we had this morning. The only difference is I've taken this line and instead of extending it all the way into northwestern Rhode Island, kind of pushed it a little further to the east, 5 to 9 inches. Keep in mind, places like Attleboro, Mansfield, Mass, you've already picked up 3 or 4 inches, so we're taking that into account. So we're almost a third of a way or halfway to those totals in that part of New England. 3 to 5 inches, we're sticking with that for most of our viewing area, including the Providence metro area, and about 1 to 3 inches at the coast. And in our 7-day Futurecast, it does get better. Danielle smiles about that. 44 on Saturday, 47 on Sunday, but definitely check in. We're updating things a lot online, and it's a very tricky storm with temperatures right around freezing, so we'll be updating things a lot today.
I think a lot of people are suffering from snow fatigue.
Yes, as am I. I'm pretty much done with this stuff.
All right, we'll see you later today. Thanks, Pete. Now I want to take a